You're so close to closing the deal, and all that stands between you and your dream home is a home inspection. So what happens if something concerning turns up? What fixes are mandatory before closing, and who's responsible for getting them done? Keep watching as we lay it all out for you. Let's get one important fact out of the way. No fixes are legally mandatory after a home inspection. There are different types of sales contracts that could determine responsibility for repairs. A so-called standard contract typically requires the seller to pay for certain repairs up to a specified dollar amount, whereas an as-is contract absolves the seller from any responsibility to make repairs. Laws vary by state, so it's recommended you check with your real estate agent regarding your options. Now, sellers, if you ever thought, even for a split second, you were getting off easy, remember that your buyer can walk away from the deal. What's more, in certain cases, mortgage lenders and insurance companies require the home to be in a certain condition before underwriting their loan or policy. Most of the time, a buyer can't purchase the house without financing. So for the deal to go through, the repairs have to be made. Now, buyers, you should absolutely request that fixes be made to any major health or structural issues. These may include mold or water damage, pest or wildlife infestation, fire or electrical hazards, toxic or chemical hazards, major structural hazards, building code violations, or trip hazards. Do not let these issues slide. When walking through your home-to-be, your home inspector won't just look for safety issues. They will also report any issues that might make the home less hospitable. Sellers, you can take care of these repairs as a way to sweeten the deal if you really wanted to see it through. Buyers, you can use these repairs as negotiating points depending on your needs and how much you really want the house. Common problems include HVAC issues, plumbing problems, broken appliances, minor roofing issues and leaks, and drainage issues. It's worth noting some of these fixes still might be required by a lender or insurance company depending on where you live. So, who pays for the repairs after an inspection? Well, there are no hard and fast rules. A standard contract might dictate that the seller pays for certain fixes, but for the most part, it's up to the two parties to figure out who pays for what and when. Again, it's recommended you consult with your real estate agent or attorney who may be able to help with the state and local level specifics. Depending on where you live and whether you're in a seller's market, the buyer may have to take on more of the potential cost in order to make a competitive offer. But that doesn't mean the sellers can simply ignore necessary fixes. If the two parties can't come to an agreement, then well, the deal falls through and the house doesn't get sold. But if you have your heart set on a house, you can get creative with your offers. Here are a few examples. If the seller doesn't want to take responsibility for seeing the repairs through, you can agree to a new price that accounts for the cost of the repairs. Or the buyer could request cash as part of the deal to cover the same costs. If the seller doesn't want to offer up cash, they could throw in appliances or furniture as part of the agreement. The buyer saves money on furnishings, and as a bonus, the seller has less to move out. The seller could also offer to buy temporary coverage of the home, which could help pay for any issues that come up while it's active. There are no right and wrong answers here. Remember, both the buyer and seller should want to close the deal, so it's to everyone's advantage to come to an agreement. So ultimately, no fixes are mandatory after a home inspection, at least not in the legal sense. But if that inspection turns up any major issues, they'll almost certainly need to be taken care of for any deal to close. Like many things in real estate world, it comes down to a little negotiation to find the compromise that works for everyone. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more guides and how-tos. Were repairs a sticking point when you were buying or selling a home? Did you discover any surprises after the home inspection? Let us know how you handled it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.